Hey everyone! So today I'm here to review the Anastasia Beverly Hills Glow Kit in Gleam. They individually retail for $40 US, $52 in Canada, and they each contain 4 powders that are 0.26 ounces each. It is said to be a collection of glow kits with 4 metallic powder highlighters for intense luminosity. The packaging is a sleek cardboard palette that features a magnetic closure and opens to reveal 4 rather large pans of product. On top of that, the individual pans themselves can be removed from the palette, and they do have a handy sticker on the back to let you know which shade is which. Another thing worth mentioning is that the palette does not come with a mirror, which isn't necessarily a bad thing, it's just kind of weird to see a palette without a mirror. The formula has a very soft, finely milled, silky texture that blends out and applies very easily to skin and can be worn on both the face and the eyes. They give off a shimmery, frosted sheen that looks very luminous on the cheeks, without overly emphasizing the look of pores or imperfections. They seem to be more forgiving than most highlighters, especially if you tend to go overboard with your highlighter. Hard Candy is a medium peach with pink iridescent shift, warm undertones, and a frosted finish. While the color changing shift of this shade was noticeable, I found that the pigmentation of the powder overall seemed to be a little bit more on the sheer side. This was also the least metallic on the skin out of the 4. But even though the color payoff is more on the sheer side, in most cases I can see this particular highlighter being used best as a blush topper. But it did have a silky texture that blended easily and didn't accentuate pores. Hard Candy lasted 8.5 hours before fading. In comparison, Urban Decay's OC was warmer and less frosted, and Urban Decay's Fireball was lighter and more shimmery. Mimosa is a medium copper brown with gold shimmer, warm undertones, and a metallic finish. On most skin tones, since it is a darker shade, it may be better suited as a standalone blush or a blush topper rather than a highlighter. Since I am so fair, I only tested this shade over top of other blushes, which I didn't experience any issues with it layering or emphasizing any unwanted textures. It applied and blended out easily on the skin, of course, both on bare skin as well as over other products. And it had excellent color payoff that could be sheared out to a degree. Mimosa lasted 9 hours before fading. In comparison, MAC's Shaft of Gold was darker, warmer, and less metallic. Anastasia's So Hollywood was lighter, more golden and frosted. Becca's Topaz was darker and more golden. And Laura Mercier's Indiscretion was lighter, cooler, and less metallic. Starburst is a light pink with hints of peach, warm undertones, and a metallic finish. This shade had a very, very silky texture, and it was easy to blend on the skin without accentuating unwanted texture or enlarging the look of pores. While it had great pigmentation, I can see this particular shade working really great on a wide variety of skin tones, as the stronger sheen tends to catch your eye more than the color does. So even if you look at this shade and you think that it might be a little too light for you, chances are it'll probably still work because the sheen is just so luminous and glowy and beautiful on the face. Starburst wore well for 8.5 hours before fading. In comparison, Laura Mercier's Devotion was lighter, cooler, and less metallic. NYX's Enigmatic was warmer, more pink, and less frosted. And Urban Decay's Aura was much cooler, lighter, and less metallic. Crushed Pearl is a light champagne with hints of pink, warm undertones, and a metallic finish. Once again, it had a soft texture that was pigmented and easy to blend and diffuse out on the skin. This shade was also the most metallic and left the strongest sheen on the skin out of the 4. But of course, depending on how much product you apply or what type of brush you're using to apply it, or if you're daring enough to try and use it with a damp brush, it could at times enhance the look of pores and imperfections. Crushed Pearl wore well for 9 hours before fading. In comparison, Anastasia's Starlight was less metallic. Becca's Pearl was lighter, more opaque, but less metallic. And NYX's Ice Queen was lighter, cooler, and less metallic. So overall, as you've probably heard millions of times before, these are excellent highlighters. For those of you who prefer a more golden or warmer shade for highlighting, there are other glow kits available, so definitely check those ones out. It's just kind of funny that while the Gleam kit is much lighter and cooler toned than the other palettes, the shades in this palette are still warm toned. Regardless, these highlighters are ones that provide the most sheen by far out of most brands. And the amount of product that you're getting for the price almost feels like a steal. You're getting a lot of product. I'm really happy to see the brand continuing making these and creating more combinations, especially the Moonchild palette. I need to get my hands on that so bad. But they are great highlighters, they're great palettes, and if you've been interested in checking them out, definitely go for it. I do recommend them. So be sure to let me know in the comments below if you've tried one of these palettes before, if you are planning on picking one up, or just in general what your favorite one has been so far. As always, don't forget to check out my blog for more details, photos, and swatches, as well as like, comment, and subscribe to show your support. If you'd like to give me a follow, I will have all of my social media listed here, as well as down in the description. As I always say, I hope you found this review helpful and hope that you're having a fantastic day, and thank you so much for watching.